Okay, looks like we're ready here. Clicking green.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the stream. Here we have Aizamk versus Optimus Prime, Russian-China matchup, and it's gonna be one Civ tournament, so it's gonna be this matchup the whole series. It's Cascade range.
Yeah, what do you think about this matchup?
Um, I think it's China favorite nowadays. Map ASAP might be able to make something happen, maybe with the natives, or just by trying to gain map control and deny him any hunts and stuff, and try to delay his age up.
Okay, alright. And I probably messed up. I don't have the UI installed.
Okay, well, I can tell you stuff about UI if you need. I have it on shipments and on units right now, so we'll keep you up to date.
Okay. I guess it will be fun casting. Suspense casting without the UI.
You can like try to guess what they're doing based on their timings and units and stuff. Yeah, and about the treasures, it's not super interesting on this map. There's a lot of these beaver treasures. I think actually talked about them before on an earlier stream. A lot of beaver treasures, and also small ones like 50 foot guarded by one cougar is there twice.
Yeah. But you have like
Actually,
20 coin and 10 coin and 30 coin, and they are just
yeah,
so many that if you take a lot of them, you end up getting like 200 coin just in trages.
it's indeed all of them eventually stack up, but in H1 it's not really necessary to get all these coins, so it only adds up in like H2.
Yep.
It might makes Optimus Prime H up to H3 a little bit faster, or maybe a market upgrade for Aizamk. It's really it won't progress your H up.
Yep. And I guess it's the map is, I mean, slightly Russia favored because you do not have a trading post on this map. So, I mean, China usually takes a trading post during transition, so that's something Optimus won't be able to do on this map.
Yeah, definitely. So that's a small advantage that Russia has here. ASM picking up the first 50 foot, pretty good for him as well.
Yep.
Both of them will have a little bit of faster H up probably.
Yeah.
Nothing too significant.
So I'm guessing it's probably wood trickle as the first shipment for Aizamk and the northern refugees or something like that for the Optimus Prime, which gives you villages from the villages and town center.
That's exactly what they just shipped. Northern refugees came first, and a few seconds after the wood trickle, with a name impossible to pronounce for me as a Dutch guy.
Okay.
Distributism. Yeah, it's impossible. Um, so what we see here is Aizamk is chopping some wood in transition, and we will have to see if he will send villagers forward or whether he will just build a market, for example.
I'm betting him on going for some kind of native rush. He really likes using the Nootka settlement.
He has done the native rush on this map before, I believe, and also on other maps with Nootka, like for example Yukon.
Yep.
So here with natives,
Uh,
yeah, he's definitely going for it.
yeah. Did he ship advanced trading post because he has that card in his deck? Isaac.
Trading post, he has not sent it yet, so he's just going to build it straight up. Now switching all his villagers back to food. So my guess is he's going to send 700 wood as his first shipment and make units with that.
Yeah, looks like it. Maybe just go for 5 Cossack and make a house from 400 wood each up and use the remaining wood to make for the natives.
Also a possibility. We will have to see in 40 seconds because he just aged up.
Okay.
This is not bringing in any hunts. He could bring in this hunt quite easily to his village, and I think he should do that actually. You can see his monk is now scouting out. Hey, where is the trade post from Aizamk? So now he knows the Nuka are coming, but he has
Yeah,
got no second hunting phase.
all right. Church. So
Oh, there it
maybe
is.
the 5 Cossack shipment for Isaac.
And one spy. One spy is trained
That's probably to
against the
kill.
hero.
Yeah, that's probably for her. That's very smart.
That thing does like instant, like 800 damage against hero, or 400,
Yeah, 200, I
or
believe.
200.
Yeah, 200.
Yeah, and it's down in 3 hits, and now he cannot train disciples.
And he just shipped 7 crossbowmen, so they're just going to get caught.
Chukunu.
Yeah,
He's getting the first batch from his War Academy and the Minutemen, so pop was a little bit unfortunate. He should have
yeah.
popped it on the town center.
But Azak is not taking the fight here. That's he's just going to siege down the Summer Palace, losing a lot.
Like
Sorry?
a lot of his units and almost all Cossacks look the two are very low on HP. One of them
Yeah.
has 0 HP. That's incredible. It has 0 HP.
And that's a blockhouse going up for him.
He did siege down the Wonder, but he lost one of his shipments in the process,
So is that worth it?
basically.
Is that worth it? Losing a shipment to a wonder for a wonder.
Well, it did make Optimus also send 8 Chukunus instead of coin. So he's nowhere near aging right now. He has got 250 food and 300 gold
Alright.
aging, and I think that is worth it.
Okay. And is just shipped
Also,
700 coin and he has a stable as
yeah,
well.
just going for a normal mass here, I believe, with Cossacks and maybe Stratus or Musk, maybe just Nutka, but I'm going to continue the H2 fight a little longer at least. I
Yeah,
think he did a really good move against Optimus by pushing in because he delayed Optimus a lot. And Optimus has quite a lot of military units, but it damaged the units or Minutemen.
yeah, and like I said, he did not heard this before, so now he's forced to gather from berries.
He's gathering from berries. Oh, the UI actually doesn't show military unit population from natives because they don't take population.
Yeah,
Taken into account that he is like 7 units more than it is displaying. So it's actually quite even.
all right, but Optimus doesn't have any anti-caviar right now, so
He just has a few stepper riders to protect him against the Cossacks.
yep,
Good Chukonu mass, so nothing for Aizamk there yet.
yeah, another batch of Cossacks maybe, and then he can just go in with the army.
Yeah. Okay, diplomatic intrigue is just shipped for Optimus, so now he's going to ally with the Brits.
That is the 300 export card, right?
Makes allies like cheaper, so it costs 25 export instead of 100.
Yeah, so he's going to ally with the British and then send a musketeer shipment from the consulate. So
Aizamk just shipped Boyars, so that makes all his Strelets and Cossacks stronger, which is incredibly good. Like creating all his army basically.
yep.
Looks like Aizamk is looking for a hunt here, but just found berries, so I'm
Yeah,
not
the
quite sure what he can see.
he's probably looking for the mine maybe.
Yeah, his mine in his own base is not run out yet, so
Yeah, the thing about this
looks like
map.
Optimus is now.
Sorry, go ahead.
I just said Optimus is pushing out, but what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say that the thing about this map is that you do not have many hunts, so eventually you're just forced to gather from berries. It's like you have only two or three hunts, and then the rest are the berries. So it's
Yes.
kind of one of the starvation maps.
I don't know if Optimus actually scouted this one because it's tucked away in a corner. But there are of course still two hunts in the center of the map they can get eventually. Looks like Optimus is now pushing out with quite an interesting army. He also sent 9 pikemen. Mass. Azamk has to be careful here because I think he cannot take this fight right now.
I probably cannot, even with the boyars.
He still got only 10 strelets. Let's take a look at military units. 10 strelets and 23 Cossacks right now. So he's
All right,
going full on the cav.
all right. But I think Optimus has enough anti-cav here. He has 9 pikemen and the musketeer shipment and about 10 steppe riders, so that probably should be enough to defend.
Yeah. Aizamk just sent Spice Trade and fortunate. It does help him in the long run, but if that Spice Trade were 13 Strelets or Cavalry HP, that might make a difference in this fight.
Yeah, definitely.
Spice Trade doesn't really make a big difference like right away. It takes some time to pay off. Going in right now with all his cavalry, he's got 27 Cossacks. He may just outright defeat this army if he uses Minutemen as well. Let's see if they're coming. Yes.
Yeah, there they are, and he's going to use the villages as well. That's
Well,
typical
yeah.
ASAP.
Yeah, he's just going to murder the whole army here with so many Cossacks.
Yeah, and the thing is that Optimus was sieging down the church for some time before engaging in the fight, so not all of his units were
Yeah,
fighting.
he's still got a few units left, but that's just those are just worthless units at this point. And I think Azam can do a lot of damage from here. He just scouted these villagers with his hero, which is really good. Might be
Yep.
able to do a lot of damage now to the eco.
Yeah, I think Isaac could just go in at this point with this hussars and kill the remaining army, but I don't know why he's being so hesitant at this moment. At this point.
New musketeers, new redcoats, and the anti-cavalry army just popped out of the war academy with Kashik and pikes, but be enough. When Optimus started pushing in, he had like 20 cav, but when Azam took the fight, he had I think 27 or 28. So he was just waiting to get a few more cav out, and he could totally decimate that fight.
Um, is Optimus anyway close to aging up?
At all. He just sent a card, Mongolian Scourge, which gives Stepper Riders more attack against villagers and buildings, Keshiks
Uh,
more damage against heavy cavalry and coyote runners, and Iron
okay,
Flails more damage against archers and skirmishers.
okay, all right.
No, why? I don't know why that card. It's just for the few Keshiks, I guess.
Yeah,
But he
probably.
only, yeah, he only got 500 food and 100 coin, so he's nowhere near aging yet. He's just going to take on the H2 fight with anti-cavalry units.
Okay. He sure
Right now, Aizamk,
he can probably build a village here and maybe use that hunt because right now he's out of hunts and his berries are
yeah,
going to dry up soon.
not scouted this one yet.
Yeah,
How can
that's
I see?
sorry.
Well, there's like a hotkey to see what every player has seen, or have the fog of war like turned on or off.
Yeah, I think you have written on the fog of war. And there's the 9 Ratan Shield shipment here.
Yeah,
That's
the
pro.
now it's actually 10 red skills.
Ah, yeah, sorry, 10 Ratan Shields.
Should have taken on this fight. There's a lot of anti-cavalry here with both the Keshiks and the Musketeers in hand combat. And Optimus is doing a lot of damage here.
Yeah, he did manage to kill all of the Cossacks, but I think Ace still takes the fight here just because simply he has a lot of mass there.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably not the greatest or the best fight Ace could have taken, but I think just pure numbers won this time. And of course,
Yeah, exactly. More stuff.
yep. And
Let's see if he can now do some damage by pushing in.
yeah, I think at this point, if China is still H2, then it's very hard to recover from here.
Thinking where the score is coming from. Interesting.
Yep.
He's got quite a decent score. I don't know. Perhaps the consulate adds some score, but other than that, nothing too interesting.
Maybe it's just stacking a lot of resources to each other. And that's a nice radio from Aizamk. Going to lose a few villagers here. 2 villages done already. Probably going to lose the 3rd villager. Maybe a 4th one as well.
Like, where is he going to mine now? He's not going to mine here right next to the blockhouse, and his next one is all the way here, and Aizamk even has a villager there. So there's not really any way for Optimus to mine anything at all, and he's calling GG.
Yep, so that's 1-0 for Aizamk in the best of 3 series. And let's take a quick look at the post game. Aizamk outgathering Optimus Prime by 2k food, and that's probably because Aizamk had a lot of map and he was on natural resources.
You should look at the military unit population graph. You can see the big fight with the Cossacks and the huge losses from Optimus against
Yeah, that's
from
basically
Aizamk.
he basically lost like the entire army without doing any kind of real damage to Aizamk.
Yeah, exactly. It's very interesting graph that perfectly displays the fight. So
So let me get the UI installed quickly. And till the time we start our next game, let's take a quick look at what's going on. Channel number 2.
yeah, definitely. I'm gonna quickly open the other stream here.
So it looks like
Mido is still playing for Hessa, and it's 1-0 for Mido.
okay. And we have like 170 viewers on the main channel and about 85 viewers on the other channels. So we are having about like 255 viewers overall. So that's a pretty good thing.
Because of course they count double if you're watching both of them at the same time.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't think there are actually 250 unique viewers, but there should be like 180 unique viewers.
Yeah, I would say it's like 150 to 180 unique viewers. Ah, as they kicked me from this game. Alright, so the second map is going to be Florida, which is one of my favorite maps. And I probably have installed the UI, so
Yeah, Florida is quite a nice map. Constant cascade range, of course, and also some water potential. So maybe one of them is going for that.
yeah, I would probably I would expect is to go a dock and maybe two or three fishing boats, maybe. Don't really see Optimus going water because I've never, like, literally never seen him playing water. So what happens if Aizamk goes into the semifinals?
And he has to check out of his hotel and try to find an internet cafe or something.
Alright. He doesn't have a wired connection in the hotel.
Oh well, probably not.
But I think the portable router you have, you can just connect it to the charging and still keep it on, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure what happens here. So but looks like we're ready to the next match. Just waiting for him to click, and then I will do the introduction.
Okay. And I hoped I have got the UI installed.
Well, otherwise I will just try to guide you through it.
Okay. I just did like so many stuff in few seconds that I completely forgot if I installed it or not.
I understand.
Okay, the game has started. We are waiting for your introduction.
Gentlemen, welcome back. Sorry, I was just looking at the chat real quickly. This is game number 2 of Aizamk versus Optimus Prime. And this is the one Civ tournament, so it's the same matchup as last game, Russia versus China. Here we are on the map, Florida, and I've got nothing else to say. Is your UI working?
Yeah, it is. And this is Savory Beef and Edeholland as the screaming tourists.
Yeah, so that's us. It probably says so in the right top corner. Our names next to the scores.
Yeah.
And
So
yeah, so let's quickly check the hunt and then we go on.
1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and I think it's fair hunt set list. I'm not sure about the mines.
So we can continue with this game. Well, we already tried to kind of like analyze what will happen in the last game, but there, of course, there was the native post close to Optimus base, so he could do a native rush. In this game, there's no such thing. There is the Caribs, but they're not really meant for rushing because they are archers and not like siege units.
Okay.
Has to do something else here. The question is he going to go fortress maybe or water or just try to contain and get the map in H2?
Yeah. Speaking about the natives, I just want to quickly add that China should at some point maybe think about getting this native because it gives boost to their archers. I mean, if he wants to go Chokonus or something like that.
Yeah, perhaps he's going for the H2 play again. Optimus last game in H2 and he had a decent army at some point, but in the end China just couldn't handle all the cavalry. In this game, Aizamk, of course, they're starting with a market, so both of them hunting dogs. Well, Optimus doesn't have it yet. For the hunting dogs during the
Yeah.
H-up.
Speaking about the traders, Isaac just got 105 coin and he has about 120 coin trade in another treasure here. So maybe which players should try to take it. It's a huge treasure.
Really, if you got 120 coin, you can always sell it for 100 wood.
Yeah, but he just
So yeah,
spent.
definitely good for getting trade posts.
Yeah. Oh, Isaac is going to send advanced trading post as his first card instead of the wood trickle. So we're definitely going to see some kind of trading post gameplay from Isaac here.
What he's going to do is try to take all the trade posts from this one to the top, and then perhaps like build a blockhouse right here to try and secure the trade line. What Optimus has is a lot of hunts, and they're actually already walking towards his base. This hunt just walked a little bit more left, and he's got decent hunts, so I don't think the blockhouse will really deny him resource gathering, but it will give Async the whole trade route, which is really strong.
Yeah, but like speaking from the Optimus viewpoint, Optimus can deny is the blockhouse because he has rescued two dogs from the treasure guardians. So
Do
maybe
3 damage against villagers, which is something.
yeah maybe he cannot deny a blockhouse, but he can probably kill one villager if Isaac
How
sends
many
them
villagers
forward.
he's sending?
That's two villages he's going to send.
He's all the way in the north, just taking a lot of treasures with his little army, which is also fine, of course. 80 wood is a good treasure.
Okay.
By the way, do you have the score updated?
I will update it right now. Thanks for reminding.
Could have done that earlier, but no problem at all. Of course, it's 1-0. Oh, looks like a giant wall coming up.
Yep, the Great Wall of China is being built by Optimus
Yeah,
Prime.
because that wall doesn't really like give him access to any resources because all the hunts are south of his base.
Yeah, if we can just extend this wall from here till the coast, then that can probably
Exactly.
secure him one or two more hunts and one mine maybe.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. But he is herding the hunts towards his base, so he should be fine in a few minutes. They should be up in his base.
Yep. And probably
So,
the sorry, go ahead.
wood first here for Azam.
Yeah, I think it's going to build a dock because we can already see a villager, and we can already see a dock going up for Isaac here.
Oh yeah, and actually both of them have some water deck. Azam only has two caravels, so it's not really a water deck, but it's got two caravels. Optimus has a few more upgrades, some also fishing boats upgrades.
Yeah,
Do anything with it yet though. He just sent 700 wood as well, so maybe Optimus will do something on the water now.
yeah, but he does have the East Indiaman card, which makes your docks. Okay, it doesn't make the docks cheaper according to the latest patch changes, so just fishing boats cheaper.
It just makes uh, them 20 wood cheaper. It used to be a percentage cheaper, but now
Yeah,
it's just
20
standard
wood.
20 wood.
So that's like 50 wood for the fishing boats if you send that card. Otherwise, it's 70 wood.
Yes. But looks like that shipment not coming out just yet. So far, Optimus has been doing a few market upgrades. He's got the wood, food and the gold upgrades on the market. And ASM just sent 600 wood just to build more boats. He's just going
Yeah.
full on.
I think Optimus is not exactly scouted what Aizamk is trying to do here. Um, but I think the right choice for him would be just to siege down this trading post because Aizamk doesn't have any army right now.
Yeah, well, the thing is, he doesn't have any seats right now, but he did send 300 export, so musketeers just popped out of the consulate, and he sent nothing yet else yet. Okay, the 700 food was for ASM. Interesting.
Okay. Fishing boats are on food as well, so
Definitely getting a lot of food, and now his first strelets pop out. They're gonna maybe get caught by the stepper riders here, though. Those strelets are going to be toast, probably.
yep, they're just going to get sandwiched between the army.
Have the training post there, but it's only 25 damage, so it's really not significant at all.
Uh, So it's like just pointing out something here that Ace knew that his Turlets were going to die, so he decided to take the fight. What I want to point out is that he decided to kill the Musketeers, which is the best unit. So Ace is again probably trying to mass Cossacks, and he wants to kill as many anti-cav as possible. So that's like a presence of mind or smart thinking, I would say, from Ezek.
Um, yeah, going in with the 5 Cossacks, I don't think he can anything make anything happen though, because he's got a village near his hunt in the south. His villages are just right in his base, so
If his scouts that.
maybe he can take that villager. Yeah, it's a lonely villager out there. He was on this hunt because that hunt is dead. So
Okay.
Aizamk even made one caravel, but it's totally useless right now because he's not attacking the sea or the docks yet. Once he will attack the blockhouse near the sea, then the caravel might come in handy.
Okay.
Yeah, and now Optimus, of course, doing the smart thing, just taking back the trade post one by one. Aizamk sent 5 Cossacks more.
Ah, okay.
17 of them.
Okay, so let me just take a look at military units here. Yep, that's 17 Cossacks and 10 Sterlets. This is going to go down, and he probably needs boers before he can take the fight because once that shipment is sent, then Cossacks are really cost effective and really very good.
Popping
And
out, so it looks like he's gonna take the fight now.
yeah, that's probably fine because Optimus doesn't have too much of anti-cav here. But yeah, definitely
Also joining.
these Sterlets are out of. I mean, they're out of position when the fight took it. It could have gone much better in Isaac's favor if they were in the fight early
Yeah,
on.
definitely. On the other hand, Optimus didn't have his hero there right away, and he doesn't have any disciples trained. So really, all his units were anti-infantry again against the Cossack mass. Pikes, of course, and the musketeers, but that's not enough against 17 Cossacks.
Yep. So basically, the thing is that China cannot compete with Russia in H2 because they literally have no answer to the Cossacks. So China should be going H3 in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely think that would have been the correct choice, especially against the sea here. He's in no position to try to contest the water. So I think if he's going to try to go H3, then he might actually be able to do enough damage against Aizamk in the third age by sending superior units. But I'm not quite sure what he can make happen. Aizamk's economy is much better, and he's just pumping out musketeers and stratus and Cossacks.
Yep, and one villager is going to go down for Optimus right now.
Broke through that wall in the north there and northwest.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I really don't understand why Optimus would try to play this matchup in H2 when China's real strength is in H3.
Yeah, exactly, and especially against C, he had more than enough time to safely go H3 because Aizamk was not pressuring him at all. Like last game, he was under heavy pressure, so he had to fight in H2. But in this
Yeah.
game, there was no pressure from Aizamk.
Yeah, and I think Optimus had a lot of army here, and he would probably have won the fight, but just fighting against the Caravel, which is something like a floating cannon, and you have Blockhouse there as well, so that's another poor choice from Optimus.
Yeah, exactly, and still like he's killing some villagers, but his cav are going down.
Yep.
Is
And
it is pumping out the Strelets, so all the Kashyyyks and pikemen not really that useful anymore because his army is no longer cavalry but only infantry.
yeah, and I don't know where these villagers are actually going right now because he has one safe hunt here, and he can just maybe make the wall back here, and he has another hunt in his base. So just sending your villagers into the war zone, it's probably not the best choice.
Uh, let's see if Optimus can make something happen. He doesn't have any stepper rider, so position to go straight against the Strelets. Actually,
Yeah,
he
and
just sent HQ canoes as it like seventh shipment, which isn't what you want. I think it's not that strong at this point.
yeah, especially because if you H3, then you have access to the meteor hammers and iron flails, which are like one of the best cavalry units in the game.
He doesn't have the 5 meteor hammers in his deck though. I just checked, and he does have 4 iron flails, but not meteor hammers. Instead of that, he has got quite a few mercenaries in his deck. So I would
Yeah,
say the one of the strongest cavalry units for China, but he doesn't have them in his deck.
Yeah, and it's like Russia. I mean, in H2, Russia has literally no answer against that cavalry, except for the
Exactly.
Mars Cossacks, if you have.
And you can make full strelets, but even then, the like full Keshiks, but even then, strelets can just counter them quite easily. So Keshiks are just not that strong.
Yeah, I think we might be seeing a 2-0 here for Aizamk.
Too, and oh, 700 coin just popped out, but it did pop out on a forward village.
Yeah,
A
it's two.
lot of resources actually in his base. He's got also a lot of fat sheep in his base doing nothing, and had a way bigger army, or maybe could have eight. He's got a lot of resources floating around in his base.
Yep, and it's like Aizamk has almost double the economy right now.
Definitely. Now sending 4 Cossacks just because he's got nothing better to send. But Aizamk is now aging. Past age. But yeah, it's really already over. At this point, the army of got really impressive, and Aizamk just got a great economy on both water and land. Some weird raiding with strelets, but I don't know if he killed any villagers with those.
Ah, Aizamk is H3 actually right now.
Yeah, he just aged with the fast age politician.
I'm going to lose a few villagers here, probably all of them, because yeah, but it doesn't matter at this point. It basically has the double the army, double the economy, so 5 villagers are not going to make a difference right now.
Let's see what his first shipment is. It's probably going to be cavalry combat, strellet combat, or 2 falconets.
Or maybe 6 Oprychniks.
Oprecht niks in his deck. Only Cossacks and cavalry archers.
Oh, okay, so
He also has 11 musketeers, which is really not a great shipment.
yeah, and he has okay, so I'd probably expect to falcon it at this point.
I think a 2 falconet would be the correct pick here. Um,
Or maybe just go
at this
six.
point, really anything is good. Optimus is aging. Damage here.
Yeah, he shouldn't really take this fight. He should wait to be H3 and at least upgrade the units before taking the fight. Because Ace is having H3 units. So Optimus would have lost this fight in H2 as well, and let alone fighting against H3 units.
And now he's just aged, but yeah, too late. Nothing's gonna pop out from the tower. Gives no units, and there it is, the GG.
So that's 2
This
0 for Aizamk. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it's 2-0. So congratulations, Aizamk. And
Okay,
now he has to face his next opponent. Do you know who that is, by the way?
okay, I'll just check. Give me a second, and going to be Sompu in
Now
the
Aizamk versus Sompu, and I believe we will have to switch casters now again, right?
Yep, we will have Interjection and Ryan Mankel, or aka H2O, casting semifinals and the finals. So, yeah, but before switching on, just let's have a look at what's going on under the stream here. So, that's something is
Yeah.
that Maito and Hazard are into the game number 3. So, if you switch quickly to the channel number 2, you can see a game number 3 on Tibet between Maito and Hazard 54321.
Oh,
Maito
cool. I might be watching that.
Maito playing Japan and Haza playing China. So watch that game till the time we get interjection and Ryan to start streaming on the ESOC channel.
Right. Um, I will just tell him that now in the chat. So, um, who was it
Okay.
again? Sompu, right?
Yeah, that I think that would be the first game, and after that after that they will do Maito versus whoever his opponent is.
I just told interjection and he read it, so I assume he's going to take over soon. Until then, I guess we can leave the stream up so there's no actual downtime.
Yeah, well, I'll just maybe like switch the scene to uh, display capture, and then I can have showing the, I mean, the fight between Maito and Haza.